Hello, everyone. It's your own personal genie, Grover Cleveland here, and you're watching Ink the Book Show. And your first wish has already come true. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter. And if you like his daily drawings or his work on the Bonehead comic, you can also watch his Bonehead cartoon on YouTube. The link to all these things and more can be found in the description. Furthermore, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Wrangleshank and all things Ink the Book. Thank you.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to Ink the Book Show. I'm Ryan. Ever heard of me? Welcome back to Ink in the Book. Did you all remember to set your clocks back this weekend? Did you hit the snooze button too many times? Well, get used to it. The next half of the year, this is what it is. Okay, let's get to inking. Oh, my camera's all tight because it keeps getting too loose and I keep tightening it up. Didn't want to move. Okay, I think there's something like 7 pages left of this 250 page or so book. Focus here. Let's focus. Does that look good? You know what? I need light. That's my problem. I need light. Okay. I just made a new cup of tea and starting to feel like I don't need it. I'm buzzing. I'm all shaky. It's been making me shaky lately. It's been making me jittery real easy. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's something else. Yeah, I don't like being shaky when I'm trying to ink. So I want confident lines. It took me long enough to get this page ready to ink. I finished and the weird thing is I drew this page ages ago. Originally, I drew this like it's got to be like almost a year ago because I penciled the whole book, then I started inking the whole book, and but I had to change the first 3 panels, and I think it was just really daunting to change the panels to the new scene and then make it blend with the stuff that I was keeping. I don't know. I was just trying to change as little as possible to make it so I wasn't wasting my time when I penciled this book. Okay. There is 1 page. I was able to salvage most of the stuff that I had already drew when I changed the scene. But there is one page that I'm not going to use at all because it won't make sense anymore. So this is Denton Crux, the owner of, what's it called? Cruxworks Poisons. He's the owner of the poison factory where Bonehead, our titular character, works. This is also the factory, Bonehead's direct boss. I don't know what you'd call him. His name is Mr. Shivers, who has taken a beating in this scene. He's got no legs. He's got no face. Oh. Man, so this room that I'm in has been a wreck since, I don't know, maybe the start of October, because I was making my Halloween costume out of cardboard in here. So it was just a trashy wreck. I cleaned up all the cardboard around Halloween, but then I also had the costume just kind of sitting here because I didn't know what to do with it. But I moved that down to the basement. But I still got all this other stuff I gotta clean up in here. So it's a flaming wreck. It's a flaming wreck, people. When you're an artist, it's easy to just trash everything and be too lazy to clean it up. No, it's just time, man. It doesn't stop. There never seems to be enough in the day. But we'll get there. We're cleaning this place up today. And the next page will not take me so long to do because it's another one I drew ages ago. And I'm using it as is. This one should not have taken me so long to fix, but it was just kind of daunting. For as much as my hand is shaking, I am pretty impressed with how unshaky these lines are turning out to be. I thought this page was going to be looking like a Peanuts, like from the 90s or something, when he had Parkinson's or whenever that was going on. I don't know. Like he would draw them huge, right? He would draw the strips huge, so his lines would be less noticeably tremory. And then when they shrink them down, it would condense the tremory lines, so it was a little more seamless. So there's a fire in this laboratory, and Denton Crux here has gotten a fire extinguisher and I guess has been putting out the fire. We're cutting back to these characters from being elsewhere. see here. I had to look up how to hold a fire extinguisher. It's like I could picture one, but then like trying to draw the guy holding it kind of flummoxed me. You know? Everyday. I guess fire extinguisher isn't quite an everyday object with any luck. But I've done that with like baseball bats. It's like, wait, how do you hold it? How do you stand when you hold a baseball bat? Right, because I'm playing baseball all the time. You know what? I'm gonna go over this outline. This is a trick I use sometimes where I want to put an object spatially in front of another one. I just go a little bolder on the outline. I don't know if I got that from somewhere or if I just, it might be a thing other people use, but I don't know. I'm not saying I made it up, but I don't know if I necessarily got that from somewhere or just picked up on it somewhere. I feel like I just said the same thing twice. I don't know if I got it from somewhere or just picked up on it from somewhere. Ryan, go home. You're drunk. That's something from the internet. I can't stand when people talk like the internet. So, pretend there's a brain in your head. I remember one time this kid came up to me and he was like, "Hey Ryan, what would you do if I just dabbed and then like in front of somebody?" And I was like, "Don't talk like the internet." And I just walked away. Back when dabbing was a thing. Is dabbing still a thing? I don't know. I only watch Matlock on VHS. I didn't know dabbing was a thing to begin with. So, so here's old Cruxy boy. Hey there, Cruxy boy. Let's get this sucker in here. So this page is labeled 199, but that was its original place. It's somewhere like 130 or 125 or something now. I'm sorry, 225. 200. I always say 100 when I mean 200 when I'm talking about the page count. This book is something like 250 pages. And I always catch myself saying 150 pages, like whenever people ask me about it. I'm like, cool, big book. I'm like, oh yeah, it's 250 pages. They're like, you're an idiot. They're always like, can I see some of it? I'm like, I don't have any of it on my phone. They're like, you're making it up. This comic thing is going nowhere. No wonder artists are all starving. I'm like, yeah, that's me. So yesterday was my nephew's 6th birthday. It was his golden birthday. And man, he went to, I guess there's a thing called Jurassic World Tours that he went to. I saw some footage of like a giant, I don't know if it's life size, looked life size. People running around on stage. It comes up to a Jeep and starts like attacking it. T-Rex walking around the stage, where it looks like the one in the movie. It's got like a piece of ground that kind of like follows under it while it like walks. But I mean, man, if I saw something like that when I was his age. Oof, that would have blown me away. When I was his age, the first Jurassic Park movie came out. I'm pretty sure I was about the same age. Let me see. When did Jurassic Park come out? Park 93. I was 5, 6. Let me see. 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. I was 6. Yeah. This kid's in the presence of actual dinosaurs at that age. Can you imagine when his kid turns 6? What's going to be going on then? America will be underwater. The Flintstones will be running things. The Great Gazoo. Jeez, can you tell him I was born in the late 80s? What's a gazoo? I haven't been on in the past couple days, which I can never predict when I'm not going to be on. I just assume I'm going to be on every day, and then I forget what even happened. I think it was my work schedule got shifted. Oh, that did happen. Like I was gonna do an early morning stream one day, and my work schedule got shifted. My day job, and then and that worked out better for me because we had like a dinner that night that I didn't think I was going to be able to go to. Me and my friends, we went and got steak. So I just hung out with them that night. And then I think it was the next night I ended up hanging out with my roommates too because I don't hang out enough. I'm always in this room drawing. Especially all October. I didn't miss a day streaming. But you want to kind of balance your life out a little bit. You can't just sacrifice everything, all your free time. First of all, you'll crack up. Second of all, if your friends are important to you, if your family's important to you, you work them in. It's like you can be a, psycho artist or whatever who just never stops drawing, but you got to balance out your life. You'll fail at the art of life if you don't step back once in a while. Excuse me, I'm dying. Blimey. I didn't mean to make just a black spot on his knee. Ooh, that's not what I grabbed. It's supposed to be part of this extinguisher foam. Just dripping down. Man, I'm hungry. I got hungry right before I started the stream. I was like, I should eat something, but I had already poured my ink. I was like, I don't want to leave it just sitting there. It sits there long enough while I ink a page, And then by the end, if it gets too gummy, it's kind of hard to work with. Because once it's in the brush and it starts getting gummy, that's when it's a problem. Trying to make sense of what I've drawn so far. Okay, so that's the line for... That's his chest. This is the wall, and then this is the shadow on the wall. Okay. And then this is also wall. So this is my Winsor & Newton Series 7 Sable Kolinsky brush, size 3. That's what I'm using. Speedball ink. Speedball Super Black India ink. Yeah. And working on these 11 by 17 inch Canson artboards. So there. You happy? I'm happy. It's my favorite thing to do, even though I put it off all day, all the time. Isn't that weird? That I procrastinate so much. It's my favorite thing to do, allegedly. There's something about getting started. Just getting started is the hardest thing to do in life, isn't it? No, I never want to start anything. I just want to lie in bed and just dream up things to do. Meanwhile, I'm burning daylight. When I could be like learning another language, go kayaking, then I'm another year older. I did just have a birthday, middle of October. 35. That's weird. I don't feel 35, whatever that means. Actually, I do feel younger. You know why? Because I started wearing insoles in my shoes, and my knees don't hurt all the time now. Something I should have started doing, when I was a teenager. I had one pair of insoles, and they got thrown out with the pair of shoes that they were put in, and I never wore another pair until 34, end of 34. And man, I thought I was dying. I thought I was going to have my knees replaced or something. My dad just had a knee replacement. And I tell you, I felt like I was suffering. And then somebody mentioned one day, like, oh, you should get insoles. Walk around on a hard floor all day with flat feet. Yeah, insoles. Those will help you. I was like, oh, yeah. I used to wear those once. My knees didn't bother me then. So I didn't think anything of it. It's like my knees have been bothering me for like 10 years. Longer. Like 15 years. Easy. And man, they still kind of have problems, but nothing like it was. I'm glad that person said something to me. But even at first, when I first started wearing them, I made the mistake of like, I was wearing the insoles, but then I was trying to overcorrect and like hold my feet a certain way. And that was killing my knees and my hips. And I didn't realize it. I thought I was like trying to do myself an extra favor. And when I stopped doing that, I feel great. So 35 feels better than 34 so far. That's good. Dent and crux. I'm feeling less shaky from the caffeine. Even though I've not stopped drinking this cup. It's all in your head. I don't know about that. Let's see here. Here's his chest. It looks like he's holding a baby. It's his fire extinguisher here. That guy Aaron Carter died. That's crazy. He was a year younger than me. Probably less. My sisters were really into him for a little bit. He did that cover of I Want Candy or something like that. He was a little kid. I remember that getting played nonstop in my house for a while. Let's see here. I don't know if I knew that he was younger than me. I also didn't know he had tattoos all over his face now. Other things I'm learning about their family. The Backstreet Boys are still performing. Who knew? I had a Backstreet Boys album. No, it wasn't even an album. It was a single. I bought a single when I was in elementary school still. Of Backstreet's Back. There was like that and some other mix of it. I wanted to like that song because I liked that they had monsters in the music video. I was like mental for monsters when I was a kid. I think they were like mummies and werewolves and stuff dancing around in that Backstreet's Back. All right. That's what I was gonna do. Clean that up a little bit. It's supposed to go over the bones, over the bow tie. Let's see. The bow tie's over his collar. Oh, you know what I just remembered? Speaking of stuff from back in the day, the new Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie comes out, what, tomorrow? I think tomorrow. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Aqua Teen Forever Plantasm is the name of it. Yeah, that comes out tomorrow. I've been watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's what got me thinking about it, where I looked it up and I was like, oh, it comes out this week. Because they were picked up for a movie, and that other show, Metalocalypse, was picked up for a movie, and the Venture Brothers movie was. They were all picked up at the same time. And I'm a huge Venture Brothers fan. Let's see what else. Like I always feel like I'm never done drawing this jacket. Well, bounced my face off the camera. As my glasses tapped it. I forget who it was. One time I said, oh, I hit my face on the camera. And somebody watching in the chat was like, are you okay? It's like, yeah, I'm fine. Tweren't nothing. But I always get like, I always feel bad when I comment on hitting my face on the camera, because then I'm like, maybe somebody's worried about me when I say that. Oh, Mother Mercy! Tea. It's slowly killing me. Probably. I don't know. Okay. Still some smoke going around here. Aye. Color outside the lines at 35. I will say, so there's something like 5 to 7 pages left of this comic to ink. Though this is not the end of the story. This is a little before the end of the story. Because I did the end of the story. I just skipped over this scene and circled back to it. Because it needed reworking. I think 5 to 7 seems like a lot, but it was at least only 5 pages I had to draw from scratch. I think it was 8 pages total, and I think I've done 2 pages since then. I was doing these every day, like a page a day, pretty much. But it's like since I started this scene, it's just way slowed down for me. Because I try to work on it, and I just get so bogged down by trying to like do the math of changing stuff over and trying to salvage stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's like it's been the most miserable part of this whole thing. Scam likely, call. You're gonna love what we have to scam out of you. Wait till you get a load of this load we're giving you. Signed, a Nigerian prince. What am I talking about? You don't sign phone calls. I never said I was a good improviser. It's like so I was talking about like I'm hungry. I was like thinking, oh, I should eat something before I start filming. But I had already poured my ink, right? And I didn't want to like just leave the ink sitting there. So I was like, I'll eat after. But all I've eaten today is a bowl of Raisin Bran Crunch, people. I'm always thinking I should eat more in the morning because I never want to eat in the morning. But I'm always like, I never want to. You know, if I got somewhere to be, I'll like just leave at the last minute without eating anything. Because I never want to like sacrifice that last minute of sleep or something. Because I'm a lazy artist. But I'd rather suffer than get out of bed a minute early. But then like I also like never want to like fix something in the morning. I forgot about cereal. Cereal is the easiest thing to put together in the morning. So I bought myself a bunch of cereal. But I'm aged, so I don't eat like fun cereal anymore. I got myself some Raisin Bran Crunch. Something I wouldn't have looked at twice when I was a kid. But I saw it on the shelf yesterday and I was like, oh yeah. Sign me up for some of that Raisin Bran Crunch. Are those clusters? There's nuts and fruit in my cereal? Are you kidding me? I cleaned off the shelf. I said, I'll take a lifetime supply of that. Isn't it weird how your tastes change that dramatically? I was just telling when me and my roommates, me and my friends, we went out to dinner the other night. We went and got some steaks. And I ordered a side of Brussels sprouts. My friends were like, well, look at you eating the vegetables. I was like, it just looked like the best thing on the menu for a side. And I like Brussels sprouts. I made Brussels sprouts for Thanksgiving, I think, last year. I mean, I always get really into Thanksgiving. I make a bunch of stuff. But I remember when I was a kid, my uncle made a bet with all of us at a family party, like me and all my cousins. He was like, anyone who can eat 5 Brussels sprouts. There's a big bowl of Brussels sprouts that someone had made, And he's like, anyone who can eat 5 Brussels sprouts, I'll give you $5. And I was like, I want $5. I tried. I could not do it. Could not do it. For money, I couldn't do it. I could have bought a candy bar to wash it down. And as I recall, nobody could do it, which seems bewildering to me. I had those Brussels sprouts the other day. They tasted like candy. I loved them. Isn't that funny? It's another thing. Like, I feel like I could eat anything on a pizza. Like I still am not wild about pineapple, but if you put pineapple on a pizza, oh, that's good. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd say that, but I love like a Hawaiian pizza. Like spinach, jardiniere, all this stuff I wouldn't touch as a kid. I keep thinking I'm done with this drawing and there's something else. Okay. Okay. I'll do some up here too. Just nick up the wall a little bit. All right, that's 1/3 of the page done. This panel was originally zoomed out a lot more. And I don't know if I'll fit all the dialogue in. I might have to do some Photoshop work on this, shrink it down. And they're like, but you just started inking it. You could have done anything. You could have fixed it right now. Yeah, well, We'll figure it out. We'll cross the bridge after we jump off. I've got a vague fix in my head. What I plan on doing for some of the panels, if I made the art too big and I can't fit the dialogue in, my plan is when I scan the page in and go to color it, what I'm going to do is first take the artwork, shrink it down, digitally continue it to the edges, and there you go. Art's intact. And then you got your room. And who knows, I'm gonna be punching up the dialogue till I put it in, so you know it I might come up with something else that'll fit this artwork anyway. I don't necessarily want it to be too wordy. I want it kind of simple, pointy. I don't want like too much exposition, for example. Right? I don't know. I've never done a book before. Let me see something. Oh, I thought somebody texted me, but it was just telling me about that scam call. Let's see, how does a hand work? I don't know, man. Here's Denton Crooks again. Let's see. Trying to make sense of my chicken scratch here. So there's It's like little, I don't know, is this an ascot? Is that what that is? No research went into this costume. It was just kind of, I kept adding parts to his jacket. I'm pretty sure when I first designed him. I think I recently found, I think it's in this notebook right here. The first drawing of Denton Crux. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, these are my first Bonehead drawings I was just looking at. You want to see the first drawings of Bonehead? Let's see. Here's the very first drawings of Bonehead that I made right after a phone call with my buddy, who wanted to make he wanted me to design a character for a little level he was making for a video game class. I got off the phone with him. I drew a bunch of drawings of Bonehead, and I ran over to his house. Now these are like 11 years old, and I obviously didn't know. I liked the character right away, but it's like I knew I didn't quite know how to draw him. And it was, so they were super sketchy. Like I knew I wanted his head to be kind of like a diamond after the first couple drawings. It was like I didn't know how to turn him in space, so there's a lot of like that. I was trying to figure out how to turn him around, like put shadows on him. Didn't know what I was doing. But Denton Crux, let's see. Here's the first drawings of Mr. Shivers. I'll show you. Let's see. I thought that was it, but it wasn't. Here. Here's the first drawings of Mr. Shivers. I think that was the first. No, maybe that was. I just knew I wanted his boss to be this evil corporate guy who wore a smiley face mask. I like that drawing a lot. I do. Let's see. Here's a cool one of Bonehead, where you can kind of see his other eye on the other side. Looks like a pupil. Mr. Shivers. Yeah. Oh, I was looking for Denton Crux. Let's see, where's he? Because I think in the first drawing I have him labeled as DK Bonaparte. This is back when I was designing stuff for his video game level. I was planning Bonehead as a video game, and I was trying to come up with levels, and I thought I was going to make a video game. I think this is it. There he is. These two drawings. See, scribbly. I always used to draw everything in notebooks. Everything was real scribbly and sketchy. Here's some bad guys that I never used for anything. They were going to be some boss characters. Bitsy, the giant space zombie fish or whatever. And this other guy's name was Cyborg Clops. He had like hands and legs that would change out into other mechanical things. Here's a cool drawing of Mr. Shivers. That was kind of when I officially figured him out. Anyway, I gotta hurry up. My sister's coming over here soon. She's gonna help me take care of some stuff around here. Allegedly, it keeps getting put off. No, but I'm not complaining. I drew his jacket. See, I can't always tell what I drew in my pencils because I make stuff so scribbly sometimes. So I'm like following the wrong lines through. And I figure it out later and use a pound of whiteout to fix it. These are Sakura Jelly Roll pens. Number 8. I don't know if they have other sizes. I feel like I've only ever seen number 8. I gotta tell you, I feel like everything I say on this show, I've said a million times. I feel stupid about that, but it's like, I don't know what else to say. It's like every word out of my mouth I feel like I've said before on this channel. With apologies. I'm new to using my Yap. Really, I was not this good at talking incessantly when I started streaming. Cripes. Just make a straight line, Ryan. Mercy me, it's still crooked, but I'll allow it, 'cause I gotta keep moving. My stomach's growling, I need a Pop-Tart. I never liked Pop-Tarts. Like I'll have a Pop-Tart if that's what's around. But I was never wild about them. Was anybody? I feel like people love Pop-Tarts. People speak so fondly of Pop-Tarts, and I'm pretty certain they're just trash. They're made out of old recycled newspapers. That's where your recycled newspapers go. Ay, caramba! Did not throw that line the way I wanted to, the way I meant to. This will bring us from a third of the page to half the page being done. Folks. Once I finish this panel, let's see. My cup of tea's done. No, you know what? You take the tea bag, squeeze it out, and you got one more sip. Okay, now it's done. Yeah, I knew it. I felt the ink on my hand. I dragged it across the page, which I try not to do. Let's see. I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna send Liam the link. I think now would be a good time for him to, a good hour to try and trick him into coming on. Let's see. God, for crying out loud. Here we are. I've got the link. I've got Liam pulled up. And I've sent him the link. And I'm saying, don't be a coward. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, in my luck, nothing. Nobody wants to be on my little art show. Everyone's afraid that their 15 minutes of fame is just going to be them stammering and wetting their pants. Well, you know what? Once you get the stammering and pants wetting out of the way, this happens. I've wet many a pant and faltered many a word. But now I'm a pro at bad improv. Whistle, whistle, whistle on the mic, into the camera. It's how you do a show. Be careful, I feel my hand dipping into the ink again. So I'm ready for Thanksgiving. Now I work like all the holidays throughout the year. Christmas Day, I'll almost certainly be working my day job. New Year's Day, New Year's Eve probably. But I always get Thanksgiving off because I love it so. That brings me back to your tastes changing when you're a kid, like from when you're a kid. I realized at some point in my 20s that I liked all the holidays I didn't like when I was a kid. It was like when I was in my early 20s, my favorite holidays were no longer Christmas, Easter, and Halloween. It was Valentine's Day. No, I'm just kidding. It was like Guy Fawkes Day, Oktoberfest, 4th of July, um, St. Patrick's Day, and Thanksgiving. And most of those have fallen away for me now. It's like I'm not as excited about finding an opportunity to drink way too much. But Thanksgiving, ooh, I love Thanksgiving. It's all about the meal. It's like fall, my favorite time of year. It's like if you get a nice night on Thanksgiving, it's perfect. And this year is see, I always thought Thanksgiving was a good night to smoke a cigar. Actually, this year it's going to be my last cigar. I've been trying to not smoke cigars anymore, which is all I smoke, if I smoke. And but I'm wanting to quit because I don't like how they make me feel lately. I was planning on quitting, and my roommate got me 3 for my birthday. So I had one at his brother's wedding, and I had one about a week ago, and I feel like I've been dying ever since. I've got one left, and I think I'm going to have it on Thanksgiving. And then that'll be it. Excuse me. Speaking of smoking. A guy doesn't need more vices, you know what I mean? A guy needs less vices always. I've got tea. I've got alcohol. And I don't know. It's just like if you feel like you can cut out a vice, it's probably not a bad idea. Though, something sometimes you need something to unwind a bit, but too many things, it's like maybe you're unwinding too much. Some things become kind of crutchy, especially, like if they're bad for you on top of everything, like, why are you doing that to yourself? I'm always thinking one day alcohol's out. One day, I imagine I'll quit drinking altogether, like my dad and his father before him. I did in 2019. I'm making the same mistake I just made. Um, in 2019, I didn't have a drop of alcohol the entire year. And you know what? I couldn't believe it. It was the easiest thing I ever did. Like, I thought it was going to be hard. Somehow, it wasn't. I just went in knowing, like, I don't know, like, I went in with that plan and just kept my head down. The freaky thing was, like, we have a bar that my roommate built in our basement when we moved into this place, and uh, it was like 3 days into 2020 before I had a good opportunity to hang out and drink. And oh, look, see, I keep doing. Oh no, maybe that's just my pencils. So me and my buddy Tyler, we were hanging out in the basement, and I had just bought all this alcohol to kind of celebrate, the year of not drinking, and I'm sitting there with like a beer, a shot in front of me, and I just remember just being like, I kind of don't want to do this. This feels wrong. But see, yeah, all these stories I've told before on this channel. Everything I say, I've said a billion times. I gotta live more things, you know? 35 and I have like 7 stories. Okay, so this jacket. This is the jacket that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some jackass started drawing it, not knowing how to draw. And he'll be continue drawing it forever. Let's see, I think I'm gonna do. A slightly different angle. Okay, I don't know. Um, that line is split, so I need to tighten up my brush, which is getting a little frazzled. Door back here, I guess. And then horizon line. There's some machines back here. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. I can't wing it. I can't wing it. I can't wing it. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm doing this overused V shadow on the wall that I like doing so much. Look at this. 1 panel, 2 panels, 3 panels. There's going to be dialogue to mask it a little bit, I guess. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom. I wish Liam would come on. He read my text. So he's just ignoring it. You know? I don't know what he's up to. He's got a life. I don't. He's probably playing some Blink-182 song right now on his bass guitar. While smooching his girlfriend. And eating dinner after a long day of work. Me? I'm talking to myself while drawing cartoons. Just like I do just about every day. And I'm griping that he won't come on my show. So maybe I should go out and find a girlfriend. She's like, what do you do? Oh, I just talk to myself in a messy room about how I wish I could run off and go to the bathroom, but I got some cartoons to draw that I draw for free. That's the thing. Like, I'm not doing anything with these pictures yet. I haven't done anything with these pictures yet. But I gotta color them all eventually, and there'll be a book someday. That's the plan. I do think when I scan them and clean them up first, I do think I am going to put them together as black and white issues. I'll rework them to be issues, but really it's going to be a 250-page book ultimately. But I might put out the first several parts as like little preview issues in black and white. Once I get them scanned. How long have we been going? An hour and a half. That's about on par. It's about par for the course. Usually a page takes right around 2 hours to ink for me, which I think is pretty quick, but I've got a simple style that I ink and draw in. My brush is getting a little rougher at this point. Rougher to work with. Man, my stomach's rumbling. I gotta go to the bathroom. My brush is fighting me. I've got the world against me.
You're a bum, Ryan! You're a bum! A bum!
I don't know if I can do it. I think that hand came out a bit better than I had it penciled. So I got that going for me. I hope. So I covered up more of this shoe than I liked that shoe. I don't want people thinking I can't draw shoes and feet. Yeah, let them think. Let them think I'm a hack. Well, I am. I am kind of a hack. I'm just... See, if you can be content with being mediocre and stand on your tiptoes all the while, like while you go about making your project, if you can be content with being mediocre and try your hardest to be as good as you can be, you will surely be at least decent, is my advice. If you have concern and, with being good and try to put out the best you can while not worrying about it never being good enough, if you can put that fear out of your head and just try your hardest, how bad could it be, honestly? And that's kind of the attitude I've kind of tried to keep throughout this whole project. So, this whole endeavor, it's like I don't feel like I'm ready to be doing it, but I'm giving it my best shot every step of the way. Sometimes it takes me longer. Sometimes it doesn't come as naturally. Sometimes I gotta white out a whole page and then redraw it, or just throw out the page and start from scratch or something. But so did Mozart. He had to throw out his pages too, and invest in a lot of whiteout. Michelangelo used to practice on blocks of cheeses before he made the David, before he carved the David out of marble. I don't know. I'm certain that's not true, but I bet he did something. He just went in blind and threw down David like that. If that's the case, geez, I can barely draw a comic book. After drawing it on note cards and then in a notebook and then not a notebook, a sketchbook, and then sketching it out on the page and then inking on top of that sketch. So if Michelangelo just banged out David without any kind of reference or like a sketch or a practice go, it's like I will never be great. There's no chance. Not that I ever aspired to being the next Michelangelo or anything. Maybe the pizza eating one. I can do that. Fighting foot soldiers, I might not be as good at. Oh, I'm doing the highlight on the wrong side, aren't I? Blood. I'm dying, you idiot. It's a thing from Ren and Stimpy. Where, like, I think Stimpy hits Muddy Mudskipper with his car. He goes, Muddy, are you okay? He goes, I'm dying, you idiot. I've even told that before on this channel. That's how much nothing I got to say. It's like my dad would always tell the same stories over and over, and I'd be like, yeah, I remember it from the last 70 times you told it. It's like, that's who I am now. The details would change, but they'd never make it any better of a story. Oh, moisey. I got more of this to do. This is not more blood. This is his shadow. Back here. How do I differentiate? Well, you know what? Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is like a color hold, I think you call it, on this art and just make it like a dark red. Like where I select that part of the inks when I'm coloring it and just replace it from black to being like a dark red. Also heard it called a self-ink line. So I don't know what that phrase, like that phrase doesn't mean anything to me, but that's what I've heard it called too. Oh. My ink is too thick and my brush is too weak. Okay. Oh, joy. Broom. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. It's going to be a problem for me in life. This is the big one. Kidney go boom. You know what I mean? I can just hear my doctor right now going, "Oh, Mr. O'Connor, you shouldn't have done that. Oh boy." Shouldn't have held it in so long. I don't know what you were thinking. You say you were putting on a puppet show? Should have taken an act break. Puppet show. Oops. Before my hand was shaking because of the caffeine. Now it's shaking because I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. TMI. TMI. All right. That's a picture. That's a picture. Page something. Well, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Before we all die, we'll just say goodbye. So I should be doing another page tomorrow, unless I don't feel like it or something. No, but I should be able to. And I'm gonna meet up with my sister soon, but not before eating something and going to the bathroom. Goodbye, everybody. Artly advice: just be yourself. Be true to yourself and go away. Goodbye, everybody. I love you. See you tomorrow.